Hey, welcome in everybody. Another episode of TCP SuperSystem, and I am your creator. Got a good one for you tonight. I had 14 alerts today. This is the daily alert summary report. 10 or 11 out of 14 of those are confirmed trend reversals to the upside. Since we had quite a few today, we're going to actually walk you through some of these on the charts today and then kind of interpret what we're seeing and how we leverage these indicators and signals to generate alpha returns for our own portfolio. Of course, the actions that we take and the interpretations that we make are not financial advice. So, with that, I do have to share the disclaimer. We are not advisors. We only share the system that we leverage and created to generate returns. So, hopefully, you can learn something and leverage some of that information in your own research efforts. So today we're going to start with, we will go with, let's go with Avalanche. This is one of our confirmed confirmation up labels. And we're actually going to switch, this is our view. We're actually going to switch over to a little bit more simple view here. Oh, let me cancel that real quick. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. All right. So we only have one of the hot sensors at the bottom and not all three, so it just makes it a little bit bigger for the chart. So you can see here, this is a really beautiful chart for Avalanche, and from two ways, at least from my indicator perspective. You can see we got a confirmed downtrend signal on January 16th. And you can see we turned over, hit that downtrend represented by that red cloud, and just haven't come out of that. Now, along the way, again, you should know that the dark green diamonds are the best indicators for us. You would have had two opportunities, one here, and now we're getting a confirmed uptrend. And if you notice, that's really not that much further below where those dark green diamonds, started firing. So you'd be in pretty good shape here if you leveraged those two things. And typically, you'll see we had the potential trend reversal and now we're getting the confirmation. Now, the only thing I would tread carefully on here is our red indicator up here in our mean reversion data is it hit the extreme levels. It came back down. We really need that to stay above that red zone there, that solid red zone. If it does, then the orange and blue lines will likely continue upward and penetrate that opportunity zone, and that's really when we can get some fireworks. Again, and on that hot sensor, you've got the colors back here. Again, white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red, both to the upside and the downside. So when it turns red, whether it's on the upside of that midline or the downside, those are the opportunity areas to either scale in or scale out, depending on what side it's on. And usually that's when those dark green diamonds appear, or dark red diamonds on the upside. But you can see here, it was actually yellow, so and you still had some opportunity. But anyway, so when we see this thing for Avalanche, that when that price action penetrates, this is one of the moving averages. I would love to see it penetrate that, and then from there, we would expect it to continue upward. But we'll monitor these these levels. We've got a crossover here on the hot sensor, which is a positive sign. So not looking too bad here for Avalanche. Obviously, it's one of the tokenization plays most people don't even talk about, but it's gonna have a role for sure. Next, for you meme coin lovers, we got one of the Solana meme coins, Bonk here. I will say for transparency, we have a significant number of Bonk as our only meme coin position just for the hell of it. We usually stay away from those, but it's worth the risk. With any little price movement, it can bring significant returns. And after all, we are here to generate alpha returns for our portfolio, not your typical 7% that you get in the market. And again, this looks pretty similar. I mean, this is so beautiful. So again, the most recent, excluding this little choppy area, the most recent confirmed downtrend was back here on was January 29th. That cloud remained red this whole time until we got down here toward this bottom. It's been a little choppy, a little sideways. We had a little spike here, but we immediately hit that red diamond. And then now we're getting a trend reversal. So we should expect a pop here. One thing I do notice is your orange and red are actually above or between the opportunity zone and that red zone. So that's interesting. So again, this one, it could literally go either way. But the fact we're getting that confirmed uptrend label is a positive sign. We just need to make sure we can hold it. And then, we usually say give it a day once you see any signal, because typically, you might see something like this right here, where on the 16th of January, hey, we got a potential trend reversal, and then immediately back down. So that kind of keeps you from being burned, because no system is perfect. So we always give it a day or two when we see these confirmation signals. So pay attention to Bonk there on the Solana blockchain. For you VeChain fans, there's VeTho. That's one of the tokens in that system. And here's a prime example here. So we had a potential trend reversal, a spike, immediately got a dark red diamond, and now it's coming back down. And if it can hold this level, we're already getting that confirmed trend reversal. So we'll see if we can hold. Again, we need these lines to stay up above this red zone up here. So looking pretty good there for VeTho, and that's one that's so cheap. I mean, any little price movement, you're making a ton of returns. So, and we actually do not own any VeTho. Again, a lot of these look pretty similar now, which makes me think, again, we've talked about this in the last couple of videos, with all the turmoil out there with tariff scares and fear factoring, messaging coming out, the reaction in the stock market and the crypto market, we're starting to see just an extraordinary volume of alerts come out of the system over the past couple of days. So I think that's a positive sign that we could be nearing a bottom. No one can probably nail it exactly, but when you see a huge downturn, some choppiness, and then we're starting to get confirmed up labels, those are pretty good indicators. So, see, helium. Again, prime example. Literally got a potential trend reversal on the 12th. Spiked the same. I mean, that's the day it spiked. Immediately got a dark red diamond. You can see up here we're well into the extreme zones. We did have that red X. That's typically a sign that it's a little too far. But we do like when they're above these extreme zones because they can trend there for a very long time. But it came immediately back, so that's that whole day or two. Give it a day or two to settle. If it doesn't, then you're probably in good shape. But it usually what it will do is usually come back down, touch the top of this cloud, and then boom, you'll get your confirmed trend reversal, and then you're off to the races. So that's how we leverage this. And a lot of people tend to jump in a trade too early or get out too late. And I think this system helps us avoid that issue many times. So Kava, we don't really care about. Ondo, this is one that we're watching heavily. Continue to buy it anytime we get or see opportunity. So again, we are a holder of Ondo. It's one of the tokenization plays with the Biddle Fund and BlackRock involvement and all that. So expect good things there. Again, I don't know that it's any different here. You had your confirmed downtrend back in February 9th, so you could have avoided all this pain. You did have one dark green diamond where you could have dollar cost averaged in, and that's actually below where we are now. So you would have actually hit. I mean, it went lower than that, but I mean, it's actually lower than with the current price action. So you would be in very good shape there. And same thing, potential trend reversal, a little spike, a little retracement, and now we're getting the confirmed trend reversal. So we'll see if we hold. Again, this one doesn't look quite as healthy on the mean reversion data. The red is actually coming back down through that red zone. We don't typically like that. We want that thing to stay above that red zone for a longer term trend change. Wouldn't be surprised if you get some more chop here on that one, but we'll see. And we have both moving averages coming down below that 200-day moving average, which is that white line. So that's negative on both fronts there. So not too happy with that one. And let's see what else we got here. We got a little potential trend reversal for Tesla. And that was the potential trend reversal. So that was here. And now we're actually got a confirmed downtrend. So yeah, I wouldn't quite mess with that one just yet. Then that's AT&T, Goldfinch down here, potential. Let's see what else we got in here. Render, I think we did render. Let's see. Yeah, here's one for Maker. I think Maker's it's pretty expensive for most, trading around $1,400. But you can see again, confirmed uptrend signal, crossover on the hot sensor. All three lines are currently in or right around that red zone, so we need to see if we can break that and penetrate above that. So really close here, just not quite ready to pull the trigger. So that's your April 15th TCP SuperSystem alert summary today. I hope you enjoyed it. We probably will be coming back with a second video tonight on some of the news that we've recently shared on our LinkedIn page. So I'd urge you to follow us there. That's where we share most of the news that we see is relevant. Also, you can check the links in the description. We have our Patreon page where we share these alerts more real time or closer to real time versus you waiting for the YouTube show or the YouTube stream. And you can join for free there, as well as there's some other options as well. So take a look at that. And then of course on X at TCP_SuperSystem. So check us out. It works. It's pretty awesome. We're sharing this for free. So all we ask in return is that you like, subscribe, share, do everything you can to help the channel grow, because this is extremely valuable information that took me 2 to 3 years to develop and figure out. And now I'm just trying to help ordinary people at least identify areas of opportunity. Again, I don't give financial advice, and it's not necessarily recommendations to buy or sell, but can help you identify areas where you might want to think about doing a little bit more research. So with that, appreciate your attention. Please like, share, subscribe, and we will see you in a little bit on the next video. Best trading.